and welcome to the paint along tutorial. Today we're not going to be painting with traditional brushes. We are going to be doing a flow acrylic pour painting. These are really cool, really fun, but the trick is you have to leave any control at the door. When you put the paint on, it is going to do what it wants to do, regardless of what you want it to do. So if you feel like you're, set out to have something specific, just go ahead and realize that it's not going to happen. It is going to mix and do what it wants to do, which is really a lot of the fun part about this. So it's a very messy project, so you want to make sure that you are wearing gloves and you have your surface protected with, this is a garbage sack. You can use a cardboard box or a tablecloth, but just know whatever you use, the paint is going to flow off of our canvas and go all over whatever it is that you have down. And so you're going to want to just kind of fold it up and then throw it away. It's really not salvageable afterwards, so don't use something that you plan on keeping or cleaning or reusing. So this is just a garbage sack. They work really well. And you have the pre-mixed bottles of your flow paint. To do that, we mix acrylic paint with a flow aid and some water. You have to use a flow aid medium of some sorts because if you add too much water to just acrylic paint, it loses the glue texture mineral in the paint, and then it won't adhere and stick and work properly. So you have to have something that adds back that glue like component to your paint, and then you use the water, which thins it and makes it runny and flow. So you have to, so for the paint, it's acrylic paint, water, and then a flow aid. And there's a lot of different flow aids out there. So you can really use any of them. Some are a little bit cheaper, some are a little bit more. Just depends on what you're using. Okay, so to begin with, we have our surface covered that we know is going to get messy and we are going to trash. You are going to want to have paper towels, wet wipes, something around because you'll probably need them. And protect your hands, especially if you have had your nails painted recently. Make sure you have your hands protected. So this is just a clean white canvas. There are a lot of different ways you can do a flow painting. You can use kitchen strainers. You can layer all your colors into one cup. You can use like alcohol or silicone to get different effects. You can use blowtorch to kind of burn in some cells and bubbles. There are a ton of different things that you can do with the flow paint. Today we're going to kind of do more of just the basic how it originated and method. We have our colors pre-mixed here and they're already diluted and thinned out. You want them to be really runny and not really thick at all. If it's thick and we pour it on here, it just sits, and we want it to really move and flow. So we're going to pick a color and we're going to just put a blob. And then I'm going to go in with another color. And I'm going to go right on top of it. But you can go out to the side of it. This is just a layering on top. And it's already kind of starting its thing. And then I'm going to kind of come around the outside. A lot of people feel like, oh my gosh, I'm wasting this paint. Which kind of you are. But kind of you're not. Alright. And then I'm going to come back with my blue and put in areas. And then in a minute, this is why the gloves are really important, because we are going to pick it up and shift it. Let's see. I got a little bit of white left. All right. So I have just kind of poured them on, and you can already see some really cool stuff happening right here in the middle. So I'm going to pick them up from the edges, and then it's going to start moving. And the trick is to shift it around and have it flow off the edge so that you get the sides coated. We don't want any white canvas on the front of our picture. We only want the white paint. So just shift it until you get what you like. And then we want the whole thing on the top covered. And then we have a lot left over here. We're going to pick it up with our gloves, and you just want to pat, like just barely pat that paint along. If you do more than a pat, you get a smeared smudge line, and then it just kind of doesn't look like it evenly flows. So any areas where it didn't really flow off the side and you have any white canvas, pat those that color on. And if you need to pick it up and shift it more, you can pick it up and shift it more. And then, just like that, you have an awesome pour paint. So the paint right now is really thick. It's really thick and wet. So if we were to pick it up to move it somewhere, it would keep moving. So we're going to leave it here for a little while, but it is sitting in a lot of paint. So eventually, if you have some plastic cups or something laying around, then you can flip them over and then lift this up to sit on it. Just so that it doesn't dry onto your wet paint that's underneath it. And then if you have any paper around, like painting paper, drawing paper, whatever, it makes what's left underneath makes a really cool design if you like lay your paper flat on it, or if you have another canvas somewhere, you could lay it flat on it and it would just make its own little design. But as you can see, this is just doing what it wants. And then all these little bubbles that are popping up in here are called cells. And as it sits over time, you'll find that more of these kind of start like showing up. It's really cool to watch. It is really thick, so it's going to take a while to dry. Right now it looks really shiny and glossy, but as it dries, it's going to dry like just flat normal paint finish. If you want to gloss it back after it dries, you can spray it with something from the hardware store, or if you have like a gloss Mod Podge, you can brush that over the top. You just want to make sure and let it dry all the way completely, and it takes a while. So I would say give it 24 hours to be completely dry, and you'll know it'll look really like just flat matte paint color. So it is really as easy as that, but it produces something really awesome and really amazing, something that you could just sit and stare at for a long time, and everybody that looks at it's going to see something different. And then also you can do you can paint things on the top of it after it dries. If you want to add things to the top of it, you can definitely add more on there. So thank you for joining us, and we want to see what yours created. We want to see your paint pour, so make sure you send us an image of your creation, and we look forward to painting with you again soon.